Check this out. Pew! 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 Whoa, see, isn't that crazy? Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one, the only, the podcast you love, for Circus. You think these hands, this gesture is me just like raising the roof, but no, I'm filling it up. We're full of Circus. See, I'm miming things. You don't even realize it. But anyways, my name is Tristan Sartoris. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm happy to have you guys here with me today. And, as you can see, I am rocking the cleanest, the classiest, the freshest of shirts you've ever seen. Although, you probably would have seen it just about 3 episodes ago. Because, as I mentioned, I have no wardrobe, okay? This is all I got. This is actually my one and only nice shirt that I have. This is my entire attire. This is everything I have going for me. And if you scroll through the episodes, you'll notice that every freaking 3, the shirts are constantly repeating. Boom, boom, boom. It's like he doesn't own anything, and that's true. And I've always felt bad about that, dude. I'm like, man, I don't have any nice shirts. I don't feel good enough. I don't have a lot of classy clothing, right? If I want to spend a night out of the town, and I was feeling pretty guilty and a little bit bummed out about that. Until I was thinking, just before this podcast started, how many nice places do I truly go? What's the reality, And take a guess at home. How many nice places do you think I go in a year, right? Look at me. How many nice places do you think I go? How many occasions do you think I would need to dress up halfway decently, okay? Is it 3, 5, 8, 12, a million? The answer's 0, okay? I go to 0 nice places every single year, okay? So as we're sitting right now, I was feeling bad about it, but the truth is I'm actually in a surplus of nice clothes. So in that way, I'm actually kind of bougie for having so many nice clothes and so classy without having anywhere to go with it. So honestly, I flipped that on its head of feeling bad about it, and now I feel so fancy. So that's how I'm feeling right now, and I had to put this on for an audition, and I can't really tell you what the audition is. It was just like one line, and I kind of went, and if you speak Swedish Chef, you would know, and I just gave the lines away in the whole plot of the movie, but I didn't, so, we'll see how you figure that out. But anyways, they said put something classy, put something nice on. He's wearing like a very put together, and I was like, yeah, I only have one shirt, okay? So this is that, and I'm here, bang, 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 and honestly, dude, I don't wear this one shirt enough, and you kind of discount when you only have one nice shirt. You kind of forget how good it feels to wear something nice, right? It's like what they say, you look good, feel good, play good. And I'm looking good, and I'm feeling good, and it's kind of dangerous when you do think about it, because the ego it's hard not to get a big ego when you're constantly looking this handsome and fresh to death, So I'm looking good, and I got to be careful because my head is just going to get way too big for this booth. So I'm going to have to take this off soon, and that's why I can only have one of these shirts, because if the ego gets too big, if I have too many clothes, then I'm just going to be out of this world. So I got to have one thing that I can just use sparingly, just a little extra bump, but anyways, yeah, that's what I'm doing with the shirt. And also, speaking of the audition, dude, if you can see, I got this wonderful little facial hair that's so itchy and it's so annoying. But the problem is when these auditions come through and I forget to shave, or I'm too lazy, and I audition with this facial hair, and you're not supposed to shave or do anything to alter your appearance after you've sent in this audition, because they're expecting the guy they just saw in the video. And so now I gotta wait 10 days or so till they say, hey, you didn't get it, or hey, we want you, but you can keep the facial hair. And I'm like, okay, great. So now I gotta go, so many days, and I just did an audition before this one that I was already waiting for. So now I'm just locked into this thing, and I miss my face, dude. I miss my face, but I'm stuck just looking so ruggedly handsome, and it's a problem because it's itchy. But there's pluses and minuses with it. The truth is, dude, as a guy, you get a lot more respect and stuff for having facial hair. Whether you want to think about it and admit it or not. I don't know if it goes the same way. I don't know if there's any pluses or minuses of having a mustache or a full beard as a woman. But as a dude, you get a lot more respect. People acknowledge you. They really take you in as a whole man, and they say, hey, how you doing? Hey, sir, yeah, anything I can do for you? And I would have all kinds of experiences, especially when I first grew out like beards the first time, I noticed people treating me. I was like, what's going on? I was like, I would go and pick stuff up for my dad. And before, like, yeah, we'll get to it in a minute. But I'd show up there like, hey, you need to pick this thing. I'm like, oh yeah, no problem, sir. Yeah, we'll get right on that. And they'll go get the thing. I'm like, dang, you have such a commanding presence in a way, or they just at least treat you as an equal. Instead, when I have this little baby face, and especially the way my personality is, I'm so bouncy and loosey and goosey, and people are like, oh, it's just this fun little boy. So yeah, I was just dashing, and this guy, came and shook my head. Yeah, what's going on? It's like, dude, we're not the same, man. You're 45, and I don't even know how old I am, but I'm so childish on the inside and out. But you don't know that yet until I'm about to open my mouth. They're like, hey, have you seen the new episode of Ninja Turtles? Like, what? It's like, oh yeah, dude, this is gonna be gone soon. Trust me. So yeah, you don't think about it until you have it, and you just kind of notice it's slight, but you do pick up on it. And there was these girls, and they were running after me saying, sir, and that's because I was delivering the food to the wrong place. That's besides the point, though. But anyways, they were like, sir, and I was like, what? Who are they yelling at? Who's someone going away? I was like, what's going on? And I noticed they were running towards me, and I was like, is he behind me? Where's like, sir, yeah, is this the food for Megan? And I was like, yeah. But are you still chasing that guy? Like, no, we're talking you, sir. And these people were like 30 or whatever, and they were calling me sir, dude. I'm 23 years old. I don't deserve to be called sir. This is so incredible. With so much newfound respect and acknowledgement. So it's really interesting. It's funny when you do notice that. So I would also say, if you feel like you're being respected too much, shave it off if you have it. And really stand and just find out who you are as a person. I think that's the beauty of being clean shaven, as I've really have tried to carve out my own respect for me as my personality, and making sure my ego is not too big, because I try not to wear too many nice clothes, but you just kind of you begin to really present yourself in such a way that is respectful and not having to rely on the facial hair. But I will tell you, dude, the facial hair is a big bump. But yeah. That's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. What else is going on, dude? Oh, so speaking of dashing, and there's nothing interesting about dashing. We're not going to actually talk about dashing in itself, but I was doing some dashing. And I've noticed, so I'm getting like all these names all the time, and sometimes I'm delivering to the same freaking person. They're just like 2 minutes away, right? There's someone named Kyle A, and another guy named Kyle A. You'd think it'd be Kyle B, but it's not. Still Kyle A. And they're like right across the street from each other. And I think I've talked about this in the podcast before. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I got to introduce these people, because they don't even know they have the same name. They could be long lost twins with the same name. It'd be awkward, but maybe their parents weren't that creative. But anyways, so I started keeping a log, right? Because I wanted to know just how many people were in the area with at least the same first names, right? I didn't do last names, but I made this. Okay, can you see it? Listen. So we got Kyle's. I've only been dashing for about 4 days, so I wrote down the most frequent names I've been getting. Kyle is at a steep 9, okay, and these aren't in order, but Josh is with a fat 7. There's a lot of Joshes in the area, okay, let me tell you. So it's important to know your area, know your surroundings, and who you might be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And if you ever just want to guess someone's name out of thin air and be like, how'd you do that? I got a log, dude. So I wrote that down. We've had quite a few Mikes. We've had some Andrews. Megans have showed up quite a bit as those people that were like, hey, sir. That was a Megan. And we have a Jennifer, dude. Jennifer's, we got a fat 6 of those. And I wrote down my name just in case, because I wanted to see how often Tristan show up. And so far in the surrounding, like in my area, in my town, my city, there are no other Tristans to be heard of or seen. Sorry, my dog ate the back of this. But yeah, there are no Tristans to be found. And I don't know if that's because, we just don't exist around here, or because we're too smart to be ordering DoorDash and wasting our food on these deliveries. But yeah. That is the log. Uh-oh. I tried to be silly, dude. That's what I got. The thing just freaking fell and shut off. But we're good, right? I didn't keep on going, so you didn't miss anything yet. But yeah, it's really interesting, and proud of the Tristans for being so smart. Apparently, the Kyles are just blowing through their money. So a little bit unfortunate, a little bit disappointed in them, but I'm glad that they're being fed well. So yeah, I thought it'd be important to keep a nice log, and we'll see where that goes from there. What else is with DoorDash? Anything interesting, dude? Here's a little photo. If this is the side, I don't know. Listen, to demonstrate just how stressful and panicked I make it. Like I said, I'm doing 2 different apps. I'll do DoorDash and Uber Eats and Grubhub and stuff. I might even do like 4 apps, throw in some Postmates, something else, anything. And I'll take 2 orders on all those. So I have a photo right there, where I had 4 people's food at the same time in my cart, and they're all in different directions. Okay, so how exciting and stressful is that? And I thought that was just a funny, unique moment. And here's the beauty of it, dude. All of my orders somehow still get there early. Okay, so I don't know what the the average time frame is for the reason that I'm being considered early. If all the other delivery drivers just drive super slow. I had someone freaking as soon as I delivered that food that I thought was going to be like 20 or 30 minutes late. He's like, "Dang, you get here fast. Here's an extra tip." I'm like, this is fun. So yeah, that's been interesting. And something just happened. It was this morning actually. So I went to Subway, and I went to go pick up. It was for a Jennifer M, and so I walked in there, and they just finished the sandwich, and they set it down, right? And they were looking at the thing, and like, okay, sandwich is done. I'm like, oh, is that for Jennifer M? And they're like, Jennifer M? No, it's not for Jennifer M. I'm like, okay, well, I assume that's the next one you're gonna make. No problem. I'll wait on it. And they're making it like Jennifer M. Do you mean Melanie M? And I'm like, no. Okay. Those have none of the same letters, lady. Okay, not Melanie M. Just I don't just need the last initial. Jennifer M. I can't read. Did you acknowledge the beard? Okay, I'm a smart guy. I can read. So I'm like, yeah, no, it is Jennifer M. They're like, okay, weird. I've never heard of a Jennifer M. Do we even get it in order for Jennifer M? And then I'm sitting there, I'm just sitting there like waiting, sitting on my phone, and about like 4 minutes later, they pick up the sandwich that they first said in there that they said was for Melanie M. And they flipped it over and like, oh, this is for Jennifer. Huh? And I'm like, oh, okay, well, great. And they were all like super embarrassed and confused, like, oh, I'm just lost in the sauce today. What? And there was like 4 people there. Then they still like were trying to figure it out together, and they were like just talking. I thought you were gonna. I'm like, all right, you guys have a great day. So it's fun to just kind of witness these little things. I only dashed for like an hour or so, but there's a beauty of you just kind of like weaving in between these little stories and worlds as you can just kind of navigate your way through the town of Kyle's, apparently. So I thought that was funny, and I thought that was interesting. I was like, what's going on at the Subway? And I still think about that later. It's been like 5 or 6 hours since then, and I wonder if they figured out. I wonder if Melanie ever got her sandwich. Was there even a Melanie to begin with? I don't know. So yeah, that's what's been going on with that. And dude, audiobook. Mentioned this a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I've been working on an audiobook, man. And it's been interesting. It's not something I've ever done before, is to constantly narrate. I mean, it's like 30 hours of my voice, which is great and all, but it's still a lot of talking, especially when you're talking in your own voice. I mean, not your own voice. And you have to do these characters, and you say, hey, what's going on? Hey, listen, you're too scared to be dealing with me. You have no idea what I've been through. Son, don't you want to talk about it? Shut up, Dad. You're not more important than me, and you'll never understand what I'm going through. But, son, we've tried so hard to make it clear that we really do love Mom and Dad. You're treating him like a baby. So I'm constantly going back and forth through this whole freaking character list, and it's a lot more work than I thought it would have been. And here's the real kicker, dude, is that there are so many female voices, okay? I'm only a part way, probably a quarter through the book, and I've done more female voices in this book than I've done of male characters or female characters that I've done ever, dude. I don't know why they approached me or why they heard me. So I did my audition. I was like this. I did my, here I am. I'm standing out, going out into the field. I'm ready to take on the world. And I'm doing this whole thing like, wow, your voice sounds great. You sounds beautiful. You're handsome. Like, how'd you know that? And like, it doesn't matter. But they're like, I love your voice. It sounds great. I feel like it's going to fit the project perfectly. Now, I did not do a female voice in this whole thing. And they're like, yeah, okay, so you're going to do these female voices. I'm like, okay, maybe I can just muster. I'll just try and do like a kind of a soft one or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. Here's the thing. 5 minutes into this book, I was doing 3, 4, 5 different female voices, and then they have scenes together, and they're arguing and bickering, and there's different emotions. I'm like, I don't know how to do this, okay? Did they see the beard and they thought I can just handle all the female voices in the weird? I know that doesn't really make a lot of sense, but listen. So here, actually, I drew a little thing just to demonstrate how uncomfortable I am, okay? So, listen, here's a little diagram. This is my wheelhouse, okay? See this big wheel, got a house. It says, oh, so many talents. We got clouds. It's a huge house, dude. I have so many talents. I'm so good at a lot of different things. And it's beautiful, and it's nice, and it's crafted, and there's all kinds of great things. And you'll see just over this fence here, we have female voices. So the point that I'm trying to make here is it is not in my wheelhouse. I do not know how to do that, and I feel so uncomfortable. So it's in a book that I'm trying to just narrate this thing for these people and get it done. I'm constantly redoing it over and over and over and over because I don't know how to do that. And I gotta make them sound different. I gotta make them with their own personalities and emotions and collide. And it's like, what? So it's definitely been a little bit of a hurdle. It's fun and exciting, but also it can be very stressful because, I don't know if I'm gonna have to move those people over the fence into this house eventually because I am so good at things that naturally I'm gonna be able to pick it up. But as of now, dude, I'm like, holy crap, how do I become 5 different women when I've never even been one woman before? Okay? Have you ever tried to be 5 different people that you've never been? It's not as easy as you think it would be. So I thought the whole book was basically just going to be me going, yeah, so anyways, I grab my dog like we're in the military, grab my M16 and we go out to hunt the bear that stole my gummy worms. It's going to be a long day. And that's not a real book that's not a real line in the book. I just made that up now, but my point still stands. I thought it was just going to be all that, and now there's a lot of different character stuff and we're dealing with it. So it is fun. As much as I'm like jokingly complaining about it, it is kind of fun because it is so new and uncomfortable for me to do. But yeah, it is. It's exciting. Oh, what else is going on, dude? Dude, this, I guess you can really scratch your beard if you really want to ponder and think about it. There's something about this that just makes your imagination, your creativity just like skyrocket, just like plus 6 points to thinking prowess. Like, oh dang, there's something about the follicles in your face that just adds your pondering powers to be, powerful. I was thinking of another P. But anyways, yeah, dude. So I had a little run-in with Amazon Prime, and by a run-in, I mean I wasted $30, dude. $30. So you guys know free trials, right? You know the things where they offer you, like, hey, dude, you can try this out for free. No hassle, no charges, no nothing. It's great. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, love free trials. Love it. Love them to death. And the danger with them, as we all know, is that if you get stuck or you forget, you get trapped, and all of a sudden you get charged. Ding! Wallet gets lighter. You know how the deal goes. Everyone's fallen into them at least once. For me, it's been a routine thing. This happens to me all the time. I forget about something, all of a sudden $20 goes down. I'm like, what was, oh, jeez, it was only a 2-day free trial. How did I forget about that? So it's been a problem for me, and this happened around Christmas, okay? Now, I was not even paying attention to my bank statements to even know money was being withdrawn every freaking month from Amazon Prime. And so around Christmas, I got a Prime thing, and it was a 2-day free trial. And I was like, hey, Mom, you get a free freaking Prime trial. You can just order your presents real quick and cancel it immediately. And she's like, well, why would they do that? That sounds cheap. It doesn't make any sense. Like, well, they're probably expecting people to just, like, do it real quick and forget about it. And then they'll order the things, and then, a month go by, and they just, whatever. She's like, oh, that makes sense. Like, yeah, so as long as you're not stupid, as long as you just do it and then immediately order it and cancel, you're good. You're fine. And you get the free freaking Prime discounts on shipping. So I do that. I explain how smart of an idea this is to my mother, and I order all my Christmas gifts and whatever. 4 months go by. It's April 8th now, and I just canceled it, dude. Right before the next month kicked in, I've been losing money every single month on Amazon Prime, and I had no idea. So that was very disappointing, to say the least. And, Amazon Prime, I wish you would have sent me an email saying, hey, thanks, we're so glad you were a Prime member. But how I even figured this out was that I got a letter, okay? I got a letter in the mail with my name on it saying Amazon Prime. Like, oh, they're trying to get me to go on Amazon Prime. I don't feel like paying for Prime, okay? How stupid is that? I don't need, listen, I'll get another free trial when it comes around. I'll make a new account, whatever. I don't feel like paying $10 a month or whatever just to get a few shipping things, okay? Screw you, Amazon Prime. I'm not paying for that. Little did I know I was already doing that. So then I'm like, let me just see what it is. Maybe it's some sort of sick deal. Open it up and like, hey, you're not using your Amazon Prime video thing. Like, we haven't noticed you like using it or logging it for like anything in the past like 2 or 3 months. I'm like, huh? Well, yeah, duh. I don't have an account, right? About 3 minutes of me going like this go by. Start stroking the facial hair, thinking, oh, crap, dude. And I realized that I never canceled it. Ran down, canceled it. No money came back. It sucks. Dang, there goes $30. That's sad. Listen, $30 might not be the biggest deal in the world, but when it's literally robbed from you, it is ginormous. I was so upset. And here's the kicker, dude. Here's the dumbest part of this is around January or so, I actually was using Amazon Prime Video, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that they let you watch some of the shows for free. This is really great. So I was watching some of these things, and I was really amazed, and I was like, dang, people are always like complaining like it doesn't work, or why is this show gotta be on Amazon Prime only? I'm like, hey, don't even worry about it. This show's actually for free on here. Thought none the wiser. Little did I know I was a paying customer, dude. I was a paying customer. So that was super unfortunate. So anyways, that was my run-in with Amazon Prime, and it's all great and cool, I guess. What else has been going on, dude? That's it. Actually, that's everything. That's everything I've been up to this whole week. Let me think more. Oh, dude, I didn't do interesting thoughts. Oh, guys, I do have an interesting thought. Okay, I don't have the thing, but skip the details. Interesting thoughts. Follicles pondered so much. Imagination, creativity. But anyways. Dude, you guys are respecting me so much right now. Look at the facial hair. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I can't. This isn't part of the interesting thoughts. I'm just realizing it right now. Even as I look at myself in this camera lens, I'm like, dang, dude, I respect this fella. It really is. It's a phenomenon. It's a phenomenon. It's a phenomenon. 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 I just grew up beard. I just grew up beard. And now I've got some respect. I miss my face. Phenomenon. Okay, sorry, I got distracted by how ruggedly handsome I am. No, so the interesting thoughts. Skip the details. I already do it. And the plot. These are my interesting thoughts. Yeah, I did. So what I was thinking about, and I've been working out hard, as you can tell, dude. I've been freaking, when I get into the gym, I just go ballistic. And so I was thinking about this because we have this light in the garage that's kind of flickering. It's like shutting off, lights do when you don't replace them. So I was thinking about that while I was putting so much exertion and energy out into the world. I was just pumping energy. And I thought, why don't gyms just like try and make all their equipment as like a power reserve? Like you're running on the treadmill, it's like charging these batteries and reactors and whatever else science goes into this whole thing to keep the lights on. How much more energy would that save if people are doing the rows, spinning these wheels, constantly generating more energy? You'd save so much more money. And also I thought, what if you're like, hey, if you pump out like a certain however much wattage of power in your month, well, you might even discount your gym membership price a little bit, so you could be making so much more money, dude. I'm a business tycoon with this beard on. This is what happens, dude. I'm actually freaking. You would think I went to school for business. But yeah, I thought that was just a genius idea. So while I was doing it, I was like, oh my gosh, if I could somehow, wait up, dude, there's so much energy, so much wasted energy and potential that goes into a gym. We're basically just rats on a wheel, dude. Turn us into rats and guinea pigs. How fun would that be? Maybe, might not be the most humane thing, but if we're paying to power your lights on, that's a funny concept. Anyway, so that's what I was thinking about, and as laughable as it is, I think there is still some potential, and maybe that art has already been used and experimented with, but if it is, don't tell me, because I like to think I made it. But anyways, guys, that is the entirety of the show. That's all I had to do for you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been Full Circus. I really want to go shave desperately. And if you are not locked into having facial hair, go shave right now, okay? Because you need to experience that fresh face and kind of really present yourself in the best forward, because this is just an assist, right? In terms of being respected and understood, the facial hair, the whole presentation, the nice clothes even, it's all just an assist, something to boost you even further as the next level of, society standards. So if you just dress in like nothing but a t-shirt and clean shaven, and then you freaking carve out a path for yourself, dude, and then imagine once you start putting on those extra freaking power-ups, you'll be shocked, dude. You make it better. It's like training with like boxing with heavy gloves, and then you take the gloves off. Listen, the metaphor's lost. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Full Circus. I love you. See you next week. Peace. Dang, I'm handsome.